But see, you go in and you're making this about anti-Semitism by doing this hopscotch about a poll that people had positive feelings that Jewish people do, and then therefore he is anti-Semitic. And honestly, that type of conflation,
dangerous,
I think, is so dangerous and so disingenuous. I mean, I don't want to get too passionate about this, but I will tell you something. I have had a guy who went to my bar mitzvah, my sister's bar mitzvah, my kid's bar mitzvah, sat at Passover with me 3 or 4 times, call my father and ask him if I'm anti-Semitic. Now, this is just one, that is just an example, an illustration of conflating when he's clearly talking about Zionism. Was it hyperbole to say any time in life, whatever? The fact of the matter is this conflation is dangerous for Jews. It is a fig leaf and a way of weaponizing anti-Semitism that has enabled Donald Trump to do the shit he's doing, that has enabled the slaughter of thousands upon thousands of children and women and men, for that matter. It is not keeping Israelis safe.
In terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes.
I don't actively attempt to deplatform people.
I totally agree. With pleasure.
And
what a fucking liar. He just lies about everything, dude. Just the biggest liar. Like, he's literally like the personification of the state of Israel at this point. He is the personification of the IDF. Just fucking do shit and lie about it.
Is that okay with you?
I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get bogged down in this. So
I'm also experiencing audio.
I don't want to get bogged down in definitions, which are really important when you talk about facts and knowledge. But I don't want to get bogged down on definitions because definitions irk me. Definitions are gross.
Issues on my end, so
sure.
hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second.
No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right. So you're fine with that?
I mean, up to a point, yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
I don't want to get bogged down in a conversation.
It's not like a gotcha.
Go ahead, start. No, I know you're not.
Okay,
I just want to get going.
All right. So first and foremost, I think we should define what Zionism is and what you mean by Zionism and what I mean by Zionism.
What I mean by Zionism is a far right ideology that is basically a ethno-nationalist ideology. So basically, they just want white European Jews in that country, in Israel. They think that the Muslim Arab population are gonna outbreed them and like ruin the whole like majority of Israel being Jewish thing. Like they're very scared of like immigrants overpopulating them, which is a very fascist mentality to have, honestly. It's kind of like what Elon Musk believes in. He thinks that like the white population's dying and white people need to have more white babies, and Afrikaners, you gotta bring Afrikaners from Africa to here, even though they're like apartheid lovers and even, you know what I mean? It's so fucking stupid. But that is basically what Zionism is. It's like a far right racist ass ideology, but for like on the Jewish side of things. It's more of it's a Christian thing too. Christian Catholic, Christians, they also are Zionists. So it's very weird. It's like a Christian and a far right. It's a far right Christian and a far right a Jewish thing. But it's very Islamophobic. That's what Zionism is. And they think they could take the land. They think they deserve that fucking land, and because it's in the Bible or whatever, they literally are allowed to just have the land, and it's their land because of the Bible or something like that. It's so fucking stupid. And the rapture, like a lot of Christians want all the Jews to go to Israel because when the rapture happens and God comes down and everything goes to shit and like he starts fighting the devil and like they start getting into like a fucking 1v1, you know what I mean? All the Christians get sucked up into heaven and then all the Jews are stuck in Israel and they all die. It's really fucked up. It's like the weirdest religion in the whole world, dude.
Is the belief that Jews should have their own homeland in the historic Palestine area. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I believe that Zionism is a religious ethno-supremacist ideology that is that revolves around the exterminationist policies of removing the indigenous population that lived in, as you said, historic Palestine, as long as they are not Jews, because it's a ethno-religious supremacist ideology. I think that this is a disagreement that you and I have.
No, I agree with you.
front.
I agree with you. If you want to add that, like the genesis of Zionism included, the displacement and
Here's the problem. Ethan lies a lot. Ethan says he agrees with people, but he doesn't really agree with people. The last time he debated Sam Cedar, he said he agreed with Sam Cedar on everything besides 2 things. He just didn't agree on Sam about 2 fucking things, and it was conflating Zionism with Judaism, which is not true. Zionism's a whole separate thing. If you criticize Zionism, that does not mean you're criticizing Jewish people, so it does not make you anti-Semitic, but he thinks it does make you anti-Semitic, so he thinks if you criticize Zionism, you're also criticizing a Jew, which is fucking stupid, because if I criticize Joe Biden for his stupid Zionist shit, he ain't no Jewish person. He's a Catholic. He's a Catholic Irish guy. So get the fuck out of here. You can be a Zionist if you're a Christian or if you're a Jew. So it doesn't mean it's not anti-Semitic. Because there are more Christians than Jews in the first place,
the ravaging of the culture that existed there, then I would agree with you. I mean, I don't think that
like if I called out a government that was a Muslim government, like if I called out a Muslim government that was like a far right extremist Muslim government, would I then be Islamophobic? No! I'm criticizing the fucking government on non-racial reasons, just for like the stuff they're doing, the war crimes, blah blah blah, this and that, the way they treat women, their education system. That's all. It doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic or Islamophobic. Or, like, it depends on how you're fucking criticizing these people,
establishment of Israel was like a good thing. I mean, it was tragic and a lot of bad things happened. But let me ask you.
How to make your home
Stop it.
Okay.
How was filming that content? I just have to know what you were thinking as they were doing the Fortnite L behind you.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
No. We're here. I don't want to talk about definitions. You got your Zionism. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
Did you not?
I've participated in other YouTube videos as well in the past.
He's trying to get him in a gotcha. He's trying to get Hasan in a gotcha. Oh, why are you doing the L? That's so stupid. Aren't you a grown up? Yo, Ethan Klein has literally worn diapers. He's done videos where he's worn diapers in the past. He should not be the one talking. He should shut the fuck up.
That Fortnite L dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
I noticed you weren't in the other shots. Why was that?
I think I was being interviewed.
Oh, really?
By
Who was
the
interviewing
journalist while that was happening.
Really?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly. You were absent from every other shot. I think you saw him doing that. I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this." And by the way, I'm giving you credit for that.
I mean, Ethan, you're a comedian. You participated in some sketches. It happens.
I mean,
really, you're one of your most famous sketches. You in a fucking diaper. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we've done funny things.
Okay, you know what? Let's not debate the merit of.
Let's see how. Look how beautiful this man is. Look how funny he is wearing a fucking diaper. But then he criticizes other people when they try to do something funny. Wow.
Of our comedy. You're right. I'm very hacky, and so are you. Okay, by the way, you believe that the likes were botted on that?
What?
You had said you thought the likes were botted on the content cop. Do you still believe that?
What? The likes were botted on the content cop?
The dislikes were botted. The dislikes are. Yeah, you said it was brigaded and was botted. And it was unnatural. The dislikes on the video.
I don't really care about this. I don't know. I mean, I don't recall saying this, but I don't know why this is a major point of contention. All right, so
no.
Let's get back to some other definitions.
Hold on, let me finish, and then you can do your definition.
Okay.
Do you think it was?
Well, it's not my definition. I want to hear your definition.
That's fine. I'll answer how you like.
I hope you know that, like.
I'll answer how you like. See what I mean? He's literally making up all his answers. He doesn't really feel the way he feels. He's just saying lies so that Hasan could just move on with the topic and keep going.
I don't know if you know this, but I didn't publish the content cop. iDubbbz did.
Yes, I know that, and I've addressed him thoroughly. All right, do you know that? Do you believe he should have included the context of the CPS call?
What?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Wait. I'm a little confused. You are asking me.
Yes.
What my opinion is on
the video.
iDubbbz's content cop.
Correct. That's correct.
About the CPS. I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think it was more so about like your your year-long conquest of deplatforming and also
right. Well, 90% of the clips were from the episode entitled "CPS Came to My House," Hasan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan, I think you know my position on this, as I made it very clear. I think it's completely inappropriate to fucking call.
You guys gotta remember, back when we covered, when we watched Sam Cedar talk to Ethan, Sam was like, I don't support getting people fired or calling CPS or doing this and that, getting people fired from their jobs. Sam Cedar said he does not support that. Ethan said, I agree. His fake ass, I agree. Now he's saying, he's acknowledging he had a conquest where he got people fired.
Came to my house, Hasan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan's a long conquest of deplatforming and also
right. Well, 90% of the clips were from the episode entitled "CPS Came to My House," Hasan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan, I think you know my position on this, as I made it very clear. I think it's completely inappropriate to fucking call.
No. That's obvious. I'm saying your friend Hasan you made a video with did a total fucking hit job. All right, go ahead. Ask me a question.
I don't have any, like.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. Listen, we're both content creators online. We both have received an endless wave of harassment. You and I have talked privately about
Hasan,
this.
I don't care. Let's just go on.
What do you mean? You brought this up. You brought it up. Hold on.
I know what you're saying. We've all been harassed. The internet is tough. Whatever. Yada yada. Ask me a question.
No. Please, Ethan. Please.
Because you're so boring, bro. I just want to have an interesting conversation.
I'm so boring, bro. This isn't about the debate. It's about the content. The content. Make this interesting. You can tell whenever Ethan is on the hot seat, and whenever Ethan does not want to talk about something, he says you're making this boring. All he cares about is how exciting the show is. It's not even about learning or knowledge or like. He's a fucking drama hog, bro. He's a fucking drama pig.
Also told me that, Andrew Tate. Please just hold on.
Wow, God forbid.
Explain my position to you. You and I are both content creators. We get an endless wave of harassment, doxing, swatting, all of this stuff. Okay, sometimes by the same people. Ironically enough, by the same communities. You and I know we've had these conversations in private before we stop doing our podcast. And you know my position on this. I think it's completely unacceptable.
I know you're against
I am guilty of the same exact things that happened to you in this regard. I would never in a million years ask for that sort of thing and don't think it's appropriate.
Very good.
And I don't know why you think that I have anything to do with this.
Because you're misrepresenting what I asked you. I didn't ask you, do you think it's okay that people called CPS? I asked that the video that you participated in, which was a total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip from an episode of the podcast called "CPS Got Called on Me" and didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think that's fair?
I think you should take this up with iDubbbz instead of me.
Okay, sure. Ask me a question.
Yeah, I didn't make any of the editorial decisions in iDubbbz's content cop.
I'm asking what you thought about it, okay? Not if you made it. It's pretty fucking pretty obvious. Go ahead, ask me a question.
I'm sure it would have been. I'm sure that it would have been all right if he mentioned it.
It would have been all right.
I don't know why this is a major point of contention for you. I thought we were going to talk about Israel-Palestine.
We're talking about whatever we want to talk about. You had said that I have problems with your character. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, ask me a question.
But you having problems with my character.
Hasan, ask me a question. I'm going to move on to the next topic.
From you asking me about iDubbbz's editorial decisions in his content cop.
I'm asking about your opinion on it. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Okay. So, do you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza?
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. So you agree with
Does he really, though?
With numerous human rights organizations, the UN?
He agrees that it's happening, but you can't fight back. You can't fight back. You can't be angry at the people doing it. Just gotta let it happen, baby. Let it happen.
Yes.
Okay. Great. No, that's important. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I also agree on this. If you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, okay, do you feel like you have used your limited amount of time that you have as a content creator speaking out against Israel doing a genocide on the Palestinian population living in the Gaza Strip? Or do you feel like most of your commentary on that issue has overwhelmingly been to rail against people that are doing that?
Sure.
Pro-Palestinian advocates.
I don't know.
Yep. His whole thing has been to rail on people that have been talking about it, rail on people that have been criticizing him for having the wrong, the wrong Zionist. He has Zionist ideas, so people were criticizing him for having Zionist ideas. He got mad at them. He got people fired, deplatformed.
Like you've been wronged by, myself included.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but if you're pro-Palestine, it doesn't absolve you of criticism. That's something that you guys keep harping on.
Do I think my coverage? I don't think that's the case. I don't think that is the case.
Okay. Do you think my coverage has been like totally balanced? I would say no. I've obviously given less time to the Palestinian perspective, and I think the reason for that is simply that.
No, not just the Palestinian perspective, Ethan. I think that rather than talking about that issue in and of itself, rather than talking about the genocide itself, every time you have
Hassan, I'm answering your question.
Every time you've talked about Israel-Palestine,
Get him, Hasan.
it almost always revolved around.
I was going to tell you why. Do you want to let me answer?
Personal vendettas that you have experienced
I was
from
going to explain that.
content creators.
Okay. Would you like me to? You asked me a question, so I'm going to answer
Yeah.
it. The reason
Go
for
ahead.
that being is that I feel like I'm responding to a lot of bullshit that's been passed my way ever since Leftovers ended, starting from you and your community. Now, that's my answer to that. Now, let me ask you about this. This sword has a Nazi swastika hilt.
I wouldn't be surprised if AB, the Lebanese fucking worker of the show, is giving him like the fucking research, all this stupid research.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
That
What's
is
funny
not
about that?
a swastika, guys. A swastika, it's tilted. The way that's made, that's the flat side. That's a square version of it. If it was tilted like in a diamond shape, then it'll be a swastika. And also the little arms, they gotta be more symmetrical. The arms are not symmetrical at all. It's just not a swastika. It's a Bleach sword. It's a sword from Bleach. Okay? This is a manji, which is an Indian symbol, a Hindu symbol. The Nazis bastardized the symbol by taking it, twisting it into the diamond shape, making it white and black, and putting it on the red flag. They fucked it all up. But that is not a swastika. That's a manji.
That.
Ethan's being really fucking uncharitable here, dude. What a fucking dick.
I think it's funny because you've made this a major point of contention. That's why I think it's funny.
It's a swastika, is it not?
Yeah, it's a sword that is a bleach sword, as you know already. That has a hilt that has a Japanese manji sign on it. But yes, it does look like a swastika, as I've also noticed and have talked about on numerous occasions that you've brought forward. On your
Yeah. Of course,
podcast
you're
already.
conceding that because we fished this up. But yeah.
Such as when I made fun of, I believe it was Alexa that grabbed it, and I said, "Oh, you immediately go for the swastika one." Yeah, exactly. Do you think?
Anyway, my point is, Hasan, if I can continue my point, is that you knew it was a swastika sword. So why did you guys choose to pose with this sword?
Ethan,
answer that. Why was the choice made for this sword?
I'm gonna gently explain this to you again. One, it's not a swastika, but regardless.
Do you think it looks like a swastika?
I did not make this editorial decision. I wasn't even.
Do you think it's reasonable to perceive that as a swastika?
Ethan,
answer the question. Is it reasonable to perceive that?
I don't think it was a deliberate decision that IDubbbz made, but I don't know. I don't know his mind.
Hassan, they're your swords, and according to the New York Times article, there was 10 options. So what's the chances that they chose the swastika one? That seems pretty slim.
Well,
you have 10 swords, don't you?
The week prior to that, I believe. I don't know the exact.
This is so stupid, bro. He was literally making a thing for Assassin's Creed Shadows. He was making like a promotional picture. He took a picture with the katana. The katana he has is not a real katana. It's very light. It's a light weapon. It doesn't weigh a lot. If you're going to take a picture with something, you want to make sure it doesn't weigh a lot so that you can actually maintain figure in the picture. It is not a swastika sword.
Time. I don't really remember when they shot this, but I had the sword out because I was doing an Assassin's Creed promo. Do you feel like if I thought it was like genuinely a swastika sword, I would use it in an Assassin's Creed promo shot?
Yes. That's what we call a dog whistle, Hasan. And what you're doing is gaslighting somebody. You made a video. Let me make a point here, Hasan, because you're the king of microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minority groups. True. Right? So you made a video. You participated in a video accusing a Jewish. Let me finish my point, Hasan. No. Stop. You are making a video accusing a Jewish man of exaggerating anti-Semitism while exhibiting the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. Do you not see this as a problem? Or at least, am I insane for thinking this is odd?
Ethan.
You are insane.
Take a deep breath.
Answer the question. I don't need you to console me.
I didn't even hear your question. I need you to.
Well, you should try listening instead of speaking.
I'm just looking for clarification here. Do you think that I deliberately
Yes.
was using a dog whistle in an
Yes.
Assassin's Creed promo, or that it was a cool sword that was laying around because it's the only long sword that I have?
You have 10 swords.
I know they're heavy. That's not a real sword.
So yes, I'm aware that it's not a real sword, but you
Yes,
had
I'm
10
aware
to
it's not
choose
a
from.
real
What does it
sword.
matter how much they weigh?
Yeah, the
You
other
did-
ones are heavy.
Let me paint a
Ethan, I'm
scenario.
waving that
Let
shit
me
around.
paint, Hasan, let me paint a scenario for you, okay? Listen, okay? This is important. You participated in a video accusing a Jewish man of exaggerating anti-Semitism. You exhibited in that video the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. 1 out of 10 of your swords that you have previously already stated you know is the, quote, swastika sword. So am I insane for even... You're treating me like I'm insane.
Bro, he was fucking joking, and you can't take a joke because everything you try to take is for like fucking drama and slop, and you try to use everything against other people.
For bringing this up, but it sounds pretty reasonable.
You're such a scumbag, dude.
I mean, it's a little insane.
So
yes.
microaggressions just don't
because you're
exist for
asking me-
Jewish
you're-
people.
You're asking me why iDubbbz.
It's your
made
sword,
this
bro. I don't
decision,
believe that you
and
weren't
I'm
there.
not iDubbbz.
You were
and
there,
I
bro. It's in
don't
your
know
fucking
how
house.
I don't know. I don't know why you're asking me.
Because
why
it's
I
your
did
house
that.
and your sword.
But I also gave you what my speculation is. And that is that
It was just
it's
a
most
cosmic
likely because
chance.
I
Okay.
previously had it laying around because I had just done an Assassin's Creed promo.
Okay, if you say so. So if it's a cosmic fluke, which you claim, then why leave the photo up?
I'm not even in the photo. I don't.
I
think,
know, it's
right?
in your
Am I
room,
even
though,
in the-
and with your sword. Why leave the photo up if it's a cosmic fluke?
Because he's not gonna fall for your stupid bullshit and pull everything down that you think is anti-Semitic or whatever. Like, he's not gonna like agree to your stupid mental illness and just pull down anything that hurts your feelings. Like, what? You socialist, bro. I don't like that video you made about Cuba, bro. Cuba's terrorists, bro. I don't like your point of view on Cuba. I think they're terrorists. It hurts my feelings. They killed my people. That's anti-Semitic. Take it down. No, go fuck yourself, you bitch. I ain't taking shit down.
Why are you asking me this question? I don't know. I'm not. Ethan.
I'm sorry,
I am
Hasan.
not
Are you
iDubbbz.
unable to make value judgments on situations? Like, isn't that what you do for a living? Do you think that
I don't
iDubbbz should have removed?
I don't think it's relevant or that big of a deal at all. If that's what you're trying to get out of me, like, yeah, I think it's not.
Okay, so you're
it's
telling
what
a
you
Jewish
are
man who's
perceiving.
complaining about a very
And
odd
also,
coincidence that I'm crazy and I'm
Just go over the
exaggerating.
manji on it, Ethan. Can we? Okay, you got me. All right. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, you got me.
Listen to
I put a swastika in the video calling you out for exaggerating
No, that's not what
anti-Semitism.
I'm saying.
You
I
got
didn't
me.
do that.
Yes, you did.
Ethan,
You literally
Ethan,
did.
I didn't do that.
Okay, laugh
But
about it.
again,
Go on.
It's not a swastika. And
Then
I
why
don't
should you
even
leave
think
it
you
up?
have that much of an issue with swastikas, considering you drew one on PewDiePie.
I'm a Jewish man, you fucking moron.
Oh, I didn't realize
is
the
anyone in
Nazis
that
only
room
killed
Jewish?
Jews. Is
Was
that
anyone
what
in that room?
happened?
Did I draw
Do the Nazis
swastika
only kill
one
Jews,
time
Ethan?
on?
Do you think that Jews have an exclusivity agreement with like being offended or not offended by not the imagery? You've done a Sig Heil approximately what 50 times?
Why did I
since
do a
Elon
Sig
Musk did
Heil?
it?
Why did I do a Sig Heil?
I don't know.
Because you only watch clips on Twitter. I was making fun of Elon Musk and trying to see if it was valid or not.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, as a
Thank you for
Jewish man, are you going to
clarifying.
tell
My
black
bad.
people not to use the N-word?
Wait, what?
Are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word because it offends you?
If your air conditioning system looks like it belongs in a junkyard, just $83 a month with $0 down gets you a brand new, super efficient air conditioning system. If you guys are interested, if you want more info, click below. It's going to ask you 1 or 2 quick questions, and then we will send you over more information. Again, if you live anywhere here in the area and you've got an old, struggling air conditioning system, right now we can get you a brand new air conditioning system that is super efficient for $0 down and starting at just $83 a month. If you're interested, click below.
Designed like a supercar, built like a tank to dominate the toughest lawns on Earth. Say hello to Luba Mini AWD and sayonara to all that shaggy old grass. Luba laughs in the face of gravity. Steep slopes are child's play as it traverses rough terrain thanks to an all-wheel drive system, reactive suspension, and internal motors for...
Shut up.
Do you think this is?
I left in the comments. This is a mirror of Hasan's ICE detention questions. Lol. Imagine being cooked by Sam Cedar and Hasan.
An apt comparison?
Yes.
Okay. So you think that being able to draw this, your anti-Semitism radar is completely out of whack.
And who are you?
Yeah. Ethan Klein thinks that he can do the Heil Hitler. Ethan Klein says he can do that because he's Jewish. What? Can I get like a Nazi armband and get a fucking Nazi uniform? Be like, oh, I'm Jewish though. I can do it. Well, I'm Jewish. Guys, I'm Jewish. I can do the swastika stuff. I'm Jewish. No, get the fuck out of here, you Zionist fucking scumbag Nazi piece of shit.
To say that to me, you
that's the
pose
point
with a
of contention
swastika.
here. You're saying that it's not a swastika, and you know it's not a swastika.
I mean,
Yup.
it literally is a swastika.
No, it's not.
Let me
Is
see the
it?
swords in your background. Why didn't you choose one of those ones?
I didn't choose the sword, Ethan.
I don't believe you.
Do you think this is a productive use of our time?
Absolutely. So anyway, you say it's a weird cosmic fluke. Personally, if I think it was a weird cosmic fluke, you say basically it's not a swastika. The difference between the Hindu symbol and
But it's not.
Okay, right. The difference between
Okay, right. Okay, right.
Hindu symbol.
Okay, right. He just gave up his entire argument that it is a swastika sword by saying, okay, right, it's not a swastika sword. Because it's not. He's a fucking liar, dude. He's a fucking Weasley little piece of shit, gray-haired, ugly-ass fuck, Ozempic-looking liar.
Absolutely. So anyway, you say it's a weird cosmic fluke. Personally, if I think it was a weird cosmic fluke, you say basically it's not a swastika. The difference between the Hindu symbol and
But it's not.
Okay, right. The
Okay,
difference
right.
between the Hindu
Okay,
symbol
yeah,
and
it's
the
not.
Nazi
PewDiePie, on the
swastika.
other hand, was a swastika.
I'll finish what I said. Yeah, I'm a Jewish man. I depicted a
All right,
swastika,
cool.
a tasteless
No,
joke
I'm just making sure.
on
Okay,
IDubbbz
so you
shirt
can-
10 years ago. You
Yeah.
said this is the swastika sword, and you keep it in your house, and you use it and pose it in photos, attacking a Jewish man. The fact that you
No,
can't...
I
No, dude. Go back up. You guys see that? He drew all this shit on his shirt. You can't just do that if you're Jewish. Just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you can just draw swastikas everywhere, do the Sig Heil, do like goose step around. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This dude does not know. He is not a progressive at all, and he does not know about Nazism enough, I think. He's a fucking Zionist, dude. He's a Zionist. That is what makes you a Zionist. Literally.
Even
I
concede that
jokingly
looks
referred
bad.
to it as looking like a swastika when my
So-
friend picked it up.
so let
if
me-
I genuinely thought it was a swastika memorabilia, do you think I would keep it in my house?
Dude, you're being so obtuse. I know it's not a swastika, right?
He knows it's not a swastika. He was just saying it is.
And I know you know it's not a swastika, but it is literally a swastika also. Because the difference between a swastika and that Hindu symbol is
How
this.
Something,
You see what I'm doing?
Is
This is the-
something a swastika but isn't a swastika? How is something a thing but isn't a thing at the same time? He makes no fucking sense, dude. He's like twisting himself into a pretzel, trying to debate Hasan.
Difference. If you ask a Hindu person, would they walk around with a swastika sign?
Wait, so you know it?
fuck
so you
no,
know it's
they
not
know that
swastika,
looks
but
like a
you keep calling it
swastika.
swastika sword. So I'm a little confused.
Ask your Hindu friends if they would walk around with like a swastika brandished. They know.
Okay.
Are you Hindu?
I am not Hindu.
Okay, interesting.
No.
So anyway, it was a cosmic fluke.
do you
You
think that
brandished
only,
what I...
do you think that only Hindu people have bleach swords? Like, what's going on?
We're discussing the symbol, not the sword.
Ha!
Okay.
You're discussing the sword, you dipshit. You're saying the sword is a swastika sword, but it's not. It's a bleach sword.
Go ahead. So you think it was a cosmic fluke. There was 10 swords. He magically picked that one.
I can't. I'm
and
speculating
he
on
lifted
the
up.
decision making
If
of
it was a
person
mistake, he could have
who
deleted
I am
it.
not. I'm not him.
Go ahead,
I
ask
don't
me.
know. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself
Look
here.
at his hands. Look how his hands tremble, bro. This is him. Bro, chill out, you fucking weirdo.
Decision making
If
of
it was a
person
mistake, he
Look
could
at
have
his hands.
who I
deleted
am
Look
it.
at
not.
his
I'm not
hands.
him.
Dude, look at his hands. Let me slow down a bit.
And
And-
I'm
and-
speculating
and,
on
he lifted
the
up.
decision making
If
of
it was a
person
mistake, he
His
could have
who I
deleted
am
it.
not. I'm not him.
Go ahead,
I
ask
don't
me.
know. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself here. I think I'm doing.
You
this
don't
a
need
lot.
to. Go ahead.
I am not.
Ask me the next
IDubbbz.
question.
I don't know what was going
I'm not
on.
accused.
He's probably gonna say that's his Tourette's. If he ever finds this video, he's gonna be like, "You're making fun of my Tourette's, bro. I'm gonna cancel you," and he's gonna call my job and get me fired like a pussy ass loser.
Accusing you of being
Mine.
IDubbbz, Hasan, but you're acting like you're incapable of making value judgments on things because you're not
No, because
IDubbbz.
I already made the value judgment. I think you're being crazy.
Okay, well, Mr. Microaggressions thinks I'm being crazy. Very good. You have no problem telling Jewish people they're being crazy on what...
Yes.
You are being crazy, you fucking weirdo. You draw swastikas on people. You do the Sig Heil.
It's like a blatant fuck. Go ahead, ask me the next
Yes.
question.
And then you think you're doing Israel a good because you're supporting their genocide. And then you say you can't fight back Israel at all. You can't do nothing against them, even though they're doing a genocide, which is the crime of all crimes. But you can't fight back. You gotta take it. You gotta take it, man. Just take it. Take the genocide.
Yes, I don't.
Do you
I
think
don't have a
if you
problem
could go
telling
back,
you're being crazy
If-
right now.
if-
You being Jewish has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sure it doesn't. Do you think going back that it was a mistake to use that sword?
Look at his crooked ass hairline. Look at Ethan Klein's crooked ass hairline. It goes like, his hairline is like how my hat right now is positioned. Look,
You
it goes like this. It's pretty straight. Then it goes turn. It takes like a big ass turn up here. See that? It kind of like even my hairline is. It ain't that fucked up, you know. I mean, I'm going a little thin here, but like, it's pretty even. You know what I mean? It's pretty even. This motherfucker got like. I think his barber fucked him up. Yeah, his barber fucked him up. His hairline, one of them goes like it cuts into the line. My man got fucked up. He got cooked.
do you think going back that it was a mistake to use that sword?
I don't really care about this at all.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that really shows where you're at on this.
genuinely-
Go ahead
I
and ask
don't
me a
care.
question.
Okay. So, since you believe that Israel is committing a genocide, what are the appropriate steps that people can take, both in the Western world and also regional actors can take against this entity doing a genocide by your own admission, that you would consider to be appropriate? Because it feels like throughout this entire process, you have set boundaries on what you think
Just
is
killing
inappropriate.
civilians. That's the boundary.
As you have set boundaries on what you think is inappropriate.
Killing
Killing
civilians.
civilians, all right, but not on the Israel side. He'll support the Israel army and like he'll support Ila's opinions and what she thinks about that, and he'll call Palestinians it all the time and say terrorist city when he talks about Ramallah. But that's only because Israel hasn't killed no civilians.
And time and time again has said is outright anti-Semitic.
My boundary is killing civilians.
Okay, that's great. So
Is that unreasonable?
That's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set.
Okay, good. So
I
then we don't
totally agree with
disagree.
you on that. Great.
Great.
Okay.
So let me ask you the next
So,
one. Let me ask you about this Tabris tier
hold on.
list.
I have a. Can I? Let me finish.
Well, you asked and I answered. Go ahead. You could go on a little bit more.
Okay, so hold on. Everyone is complaining about my volume on my side because we're using Zoom instead of Discord. So my fucking
Go ahead.
audio.
It's fine. Take your time to get the
My
audio.
audio
right.
keeps going up and down. Okay. So one of the first conversations that we had, you and I had, that led to the Leftovers podcast ending, was that you considered "From the River to the Sea, Palestine will be free" to be an anti-Semitic slogan. You said that Jews feel like this is an exterminationist slogan and Jews fear this slogan in the United States of America.
Correct.
If you think that Israel's doing a genocide, do you feel like it is appropriate for Westerners in the United States of America and Palestinians and people of Palestinian descent to be able to use emancipatory slogans, or should they go to jail under the Trump administration?
Okay, I mean, these are pretty extreme.
He would say you can go to jail. I'm pretty sure Ethan Klein supports the ICE detention, like how ICE pulled Hasan over in the airport recently, which we're going to watch soon. But I'm pretty sure he supports that, and he wants pro-Palestine people to go to jail, honestly, and lose their jobs. So fuck you, Ethan. I hope you lose your whole career. I hope your show goes to shit. I hope your house burns down. I hope, I don't know. What else can I wish upon you? I don't know.
Questions. Now, I'm not making a value judgment. I'm just trying.
I don't
I
think
was
it's
trying
an
to do.
extreme question. It's what's happening
Bro,
right
do you
now.
want me to answer?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to explain the Jewish perspective. I'm not trying to make a value judgment of it. But what I will tell you is that how do you feel about Norm Finkelstein?
We pretty much take it all. Fridges and dishwashers and dressers, drawers, couches, mattresses, bed.
Love Norm. I know he has said that it
Here's
is,
what he had to say about this.
I know what he
No,
said.
no, no. I want the
He doesn't
audience to
like
see
the
this,
slogan.
Hasan.
Hold on. Can I just?
Hasan, I want the audience
This
to
is
see
not
this
going to be a
video.
gotcha moment for you because I know Norm's position.
Good, I'm glad you know. Let's let the audience know, Hasan.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Hasan, let the audience watch the video.
I can have a nuanced and reasonable disagreement with a person that I actually admire.
So that's what we're having.
Like Norm. But I have
So
a
it's
disagreement with him
nuanced
on
and
that, yes.
understandable with Norm. Let the audience watch the video, Hasan.
Okay. Go ahead.
Palestine will be free.
Let me go
The
back.
slogan
Yeah. Here's the Norm Finkelstein, a prominent figurehead in the Palestinian liberation movement.
I don't like the slogan.
I know. I have
No,
more
it's just
positions
pardon
that I
me.
disagree with him on
The video
opposites
clip
as
Palestine
well.
will be free. I think it's a bad slogan.
Hasan, stop talking, Hasan. Hasan, shut up. Hasan.
I know the slogan from the 1960s, the 1970s. It was a bad slogan then, and it's a bad slogan now because it has too much ambiguity. When you say
He sees Hasan getting up. He pauses it.
from the river
Hasan's going to hit me with the chair react.
to the sea, Palestine will be free, obviously a question arises. Okay, what happens to the Jews in that scenario? And some people will say, well, all it's about is everybody being free, but that's not what the slogan says. So I have, in recent weeks, I have voiced my concern that it's a bad slogan. And I said, just change it, tweak it. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free.
Hey.
And you can't answer that slogan because all you're talking about is equal rights for everyone. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And I've encountered
I don't know if he actually means the one vote thing, because I think what he's saying is good in that. From the river to the sea, Palestinians will be free, which I think is good. You're laughing at Norm.
Routinely talked at campus encampments, college campus, Palestinian encampments as to, I'm not going to make much hay about the slogan in general. There's plenty of other slogans.
Well, you're willing to listen to him, but when I say it, it becomes a big controversy. I'm not. It's not even my opinion.
I can have a disagreement with him on that, and you're forgetting one key factor.
What's that?
Okay, you're forgetting one key factor. Norm Finkelstein still ultimately will always say, while I disagree with the slogan,
he supports
because I think
liberation.
it scares people, it ultimately does not matter, and I'm not going to stand in opposition to it.
Yep.
He doesn't say it's anti-Semitic.
When have I opposed
He doesn't say it is exterminationist.
When have I opposed
he says
it?
That's what people think.
When have I opposed it?
If you think that Norm Finkelstein would be in agreement with you in any way, shape, or form on any issue, please have a conversation with him.
He's literally in agreement with me, like verbatim.
Okay. No,
actually, even
great.
more.
You said it was anti-Semitic. Norm doesn't think it's anti-Semitic.
Hasan, do you remember me advocating against it? Do you remember me advocating against it?
If he agrees with you on anything.
Sure, I'll ask Norm Finkelstein. Do you remember me denouncing that statement and saying people shouldn't say it?
I believe in our conversation.
No, it didn't happen. You're lying.
You said it was anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I said it's perceived that way by Jewish people. All right, let's move on. The Sabra tier list.
Norm does not believe it's an anti-Semitic
Very
slogan.
good. I'll ask him about it. Now, let me ask you about
Are you actually going to do that? Because that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Norm.
Productive.
We'll have a great conversation about From the River to the Sea.
Is it? Wait, can I ask you a question?
No. It's my turn.
Okay,
you spoke, and now it's my turn.
You know what? You go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very gracious of you.
Well, I mean, it's just a back and forth conversation, but you seemingly have a lot of grievances not pertaining to the actual issue at hand.
I don't know. The issue, my friend, the issue at hand is your behavior.
Bullshit.
No, I think the issue at hand is the genocide.
Well, we seem to be coming at this from two different angles, which is great, right? So let me ask you this. Hold on. You said it's my turn to ask, so let me do that. Is it my turn to ask a question or what?
That there's a genocide. You already recognize that Israel is committing a genocide.
I can care about two things, Hasan. It's very important to acknowledge that.
Don't you think
I can care about two things, my friend?
Incredibly narrow framework
very
surrounding
easy.
your own personal feelings.
I'm not that smart, but I can care about two things.
Okay, no,
even if one is more urgent than the other.
You think your own personal feelings, born out of your misunderstandings, is more important?
Did I say that? I said one is more urgent than the other, referring to the genocide.
Oh, okay. So So you recognize that
Hasan,
the genocide is a more urgent
Hasan,
issue.
please, let me
but
ask
you
a question.
spent Almost all of your
Yes, very
commentary
good.
surrounding this issue
Very
on
good.
talking about your own personal feelings and how you've been wronged by people.
Very good. Let me ask you. So you claimed
Wait, can you answer that question?
No,
Does
Hasan,
that
you
make
asked your
sense?
question. It's my turn. I talked about how gracious you were, man. What
gotta
happened?
Answer his question. If he asks you a question, you gotta answer it, you fucking asshole. You can't just talk. Ask your question now.
Wait, but
I
does
said
that
you're
make
so
sense to
gracious.
you?
You're gonna let me ask you a question. What happened?
Does that make
Don't
sense
make me
to
take
you?
it back. All right,
Does
let me
that
ask you a
make
question.
sense to you?
Hold on to that. Ask me after this. You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was your opinion on that?
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Really a dumb fuck. Growing gray hair.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Has 3 kids crawling around with dog shit on the ground. Allegedly.
I think that the Sabra hummus tier list is absolutely insane to consider anti-Semitic, and most people have already laughed about it, despite the fact that it was very damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes. With pleasure.
I don't believe that people. I don't actively attempt to deplatform people. I don't think people should do that. I don't think people should be swatted, or
What does Ethan say? What does Ethan say?
tried to be fired or whatever, or have CPS sicked on them or any of that. I mean, I just don't think that's appropriate. I mean, I'm more interested in talking about my relationship to Zionism and my perspective on what Israel is doing and what is happening in Gaza. And
So I totally agree. Let's just talk about.
I totally agree. What a fucking liar. What a piece of shit trash human.
In terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes.
I don't actively attempt to deplatform people.
I totally agree. With pleasure.
And
What a fucking liar. He just lies about everything, dude. Just the biggest liar. Like, he's literally like the personification of the state of Israel at this point. He is the personification of the IDF. Just fucking do shit and lie about it. Lie, 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 lie. We didn't do that. We didn't murder those innocent people. Oh, look the other way. Oh, they were terrorists. Oh, they were using human shields. Oh, lie, 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 lie. What a fucking scumbag human, dude. You're gonna go to hell, Ethan. Go fuck yourself.
in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
With pleasure.
And
I don't actively attempt to deplatform people.
I totally agree.
With pleasure.
and yeah, it's not
It's insane.
even remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic.
Very
it's
good. Let me ask
identical
you a
to the
question.
cracker band that Twitch capitulated on.
So let me follow up with this. Have you seen the thumbnail?
The thumbnail?
Yes, that's what I said. This
For
is the
what?
thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hasan. Here's Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier list. In the F tier is me and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not in the tier list. He has never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Because he's a shitty, Zionist, right-wing, conservative asshole. Just like you. That's why you're on the F tier too, you dumb fuck. Because you're a shitty person.
Ethan?
Whoa,
I'm gonna
answer the
walk you through this
question.
again.
It's not
What
'cause
you're dodging?
I'm not
you're
iDubbbz.
Jewish.
And
Oh,
I'm
but
not
you can't
Rogan.
make value judgments suddenly on your friends who you've spent all this time defending.
No, because I don't care.
Well, I do.
I don't. Like,
I
this
think
is
it's great
so-
you don't
this
care.
is-
Why is Ben Shapiro there?
Because he's a shitty,
I don't know.
he's a
I don't
shitty
care.
human
Probably
being.
because he's also
Probably
a
because he's
massive
Jewish?
fucking. What?
No, he's
Because it's the most
Zionist.
Jewish?
most prominent Jewish creators on YouTube.
Do you think Ben
No.
Shapiro's Judaism is the reason as to why he would be on this?
100% without a doubt, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
go ahead,
on.
take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know, man.
Zionist.
It's tough. You really don't know what to say because it looks pretty bad.
No, because it's so fucking stupid.
Well, tell
Ethan.
me then.
You look kind of dumb
So why
right
is Ben
now.
there?
You look kind of insane.
Okay, very good.
That's
Why is
why
Ben
I'm having
there?
a hard time. Like, I don't know why fucking Frogan made this thumbnail. And
Why
I
is
don't
Ben
care.
there?
I don't have any issue with this thumbnail.
Why is Ben there?
Because he's a Zionist, dude. He's a right-wing shill.
Because he's a prominent defender of Israel.
Yeah.
I
You're quick to
suspect.
say that Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christian Zionists, why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben Shapiro and F tier?
Because you two are like two of the biggest Israel supporters right now online. That is why, you fucking schizophrenic, gray-haired idiot. Go take care of your children, bro. They're getting giardia and shit. Come on, bro.
The two most prominent Jewish creators on YouTube. That's a coincidence, just like the swastika, huh?
Ethan,
Yeah.
These are two cosmic coincidences.
Ethan,
Hassan, they're really stacking up.
the tier list that you're talking about, first of all, the tier list that we're talking about was literally designed by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very
His
good,
name
and
is
I'm glad
Rafi.
he did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved it.
There's Ethan Klein lying again, so he's very happy the guy got banned. Let's see what he said with Ethan Klein.
The
earlier.
only thing I really saw that came up
My wife earlier. If you at least,
this issue about talking to me, and I had presumed that
that's where my
I'll take
authority
your
comes
word-
from.
I'll take your word for
Yeah.
it.
So at any rate,
This issue about talking to me, and I had presumed that that was it. But I don't, look, from my perspective, I'm not, and I know that there's been, you mentioned in the email that there's been a lot of grief that you have taken, and I know that other people have also taken grief on all sides of this, and
Yeah.
the personal aspects of this, and I don't believe that people. I don't actively attempt to deplatform people. I don't think
Good.
people should do that.
Good,
I don't
good,
think
yeah.
people should be swatted.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or tried to be fired or whatever.
don't do that?
Or have CPS sicked on them or
But Ethan Klein likes to fire people. He likes to get people fired. I thought that was okay.
any
Does
of that.
Ethan Klein agree with not? Does Ethan Klein agree with him on not getting people fired out of their jobs? Let's see.
I mean, I just don't think that's appropriate. I mean, I'm more interested in talking about my relationship to Zionism and my perspective on what Israel is doing and what is happening in Gaza. And
I totally agree. Let's just talk about.
Ethan agrees. He shouldn't get people fired and stuff. But now when Hassan's in front of him, he's like he just lets his real truth self out. Wow.
list that we're talking about was literally designed by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very good,
His name
and
is
I'm glad
Rafi.
he did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved
token
it.
Jew. You called him a token
And
Jew.
I
He's
still
just a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar, a racist, an Islamophobic bigot.
by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very
His
good,
name
and
is
I'm glad
Rafi.
he did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved
token
it.
Jew. You called him a token
And
Jew.
I still stand by that. The man is just fucking. Yeah.
So you get to draw swastikas on PewDiePie, but Rafi can't say that there is a tier list here where Sabra
This is
Hummus
Frogan's tier list. This is her-
the lowest. The Sabra Hummus, liking Sabra Hummus is the lowest tier.
Ben Shapiro.
And the highest tier is being able to get a Habibi pass. You, as a Jew, get to determine what other Jews are able to do. You're the Pope of the Jews, as Sam
I didn't.
Seeger likes to
I'm
call
not
Ben
determining
Shapiro,
what they can
ironically
do,
enough.
but this
that
is
what's going on?
This is Frogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jewish dude is the fall guy and did everything,
Ethan,
but
can you
that's
tell
not
me-
true.
wait, so you get to draw swastikas, but Rafi can't even say Sabra Hummus is dog
He
shit.
can say whatever he wants. I'm not
Oh, so
criticizing.
he can,
By the
but
way, I'm
you're
not
gonna-
you
you're gonna
think
call
that
him a
my
token Jew
criticism
for
is that
that.
he doesn't like Sabra hummus? Are you being serious right now? By the way, is that a beat? Hold on, what are you drinking?
It's a Dr. Pepper cream
Isn't that
soda.
who owns that?
I don't know, but it's not on the BDS
Are you
national
sure?
BDS list.
We'll double check.
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Okay, we'll double check that. It's not about Sabra hummus, and like let's not be obtuse.
Ethan, actually,
That's-
the BDS one is actually pretty funny too, because like you've been, you consistently talk about how like I drink Diet Coke or whatever. When that fan came up to me and said stop drinking Diet Coke, it was not on the Palestinian National Committee's official BDS list.
Yes, it was.
And ever since it
lying.
has been on that official BDS list,
You're lying.
I have not drank Diet Coke or purchased any Diet Cokes at all.
You're lying. It was on the list.
Wait, what is?
What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying.
What was on the list?
Coke.
Yes, it was put on the list, and I stopped purchasing Coke, and I stopped drinking Diet Coke.
You
even though
said,
I love
you
Diet
know what's
Coke.
funny? You told her
Because I think it's like
you remember
not
what you told
that
her, son?
significant.
You remember what you told her? You said, "I'll just put it in a cup."
Yeah, no, I was joking with her because I thought that it was a ridiculous request at the time because it wasn't on the Palestinian National Committee's official boycott, divestment, and sanctions list, Ethan.
Okay, it's not about Sabra hummus, just so you know. Like, let's not be silly.
Wait,
about
what is
this.
it about?
It's about what's Sabra means a Jew born in Israel. It's an Israeli company. It's everybody knows it's like considered like Israeli hummus. It's been on the BDS list. Everybody knows the connotations of Sabra hummus, right?
It's
Nobody.
so doo-doo.
Yeah,
It
I
is
don't like
doo-doo
Sabra hummus either. But we're not talking about hummus. What I don't like is
great. So
anti-Semitism
okay.
perpetuated by your friends and swept by you. Now, why is Ben Shapiro in the F tier? That's a cosmic coincidence. Okay, let's move on. Very good.
Ethan,
Go
he's a
ahead.
fucking-
Next question.
Because he's a far right Zionist, dude, and nobody likes him online.
Again, I'm not
I
Frogan,
know it's.
and I don't know
I
why.
know. How can I make value judgments on my friends I've been defending for 2 years?
Also,
Who can say?
there is a tier list in front of me, and it seems like a bunch of people, both
Ben
Jewish
Shapiro and me are in the
non-Jewish,
F tier.
on the Loves Sabra tier list.
You're looking at the end. I'm looking at the thumbnail, bro. I'm talking about the thumbnail.
I know, but I first of all, again, I'm making inferences about editorial decisions that other people have made. I'm just simply speculating at this point.
Sure.
But you know, it's a.
Are you not embarrassed by this
joke.
armpit hair? It's so cringy, bro. It's like so weird. I'm glad you changed that finally. On a separate note,
What?
I find it just so weird and bizarre that this was your thumbnail for so long. Also, ironically, wearing a Rolex hat, which is like,
Bro, Ethan Klein wants to fuck Hasan, dude. Ethan Klein wants to fuck Hasan. He wants that dick. He wants the glob on the knob, dude. Oh my god. He just loves looking at. He has nice muscles. Come on, you gotta admit.
probably the symbol of capitalist excess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a free
Cool,
Rolex
dude.
hat from a friend of mine. I still wear it every now
And
and
you're
then.
so, oh wow, who knew? So anyway, Ben Shapiro was accidentally in the F
What
tier.
does this have to do with anything? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I know
What's
it's
happening?
confusing. It's very confusing for you. It's like a car crash. I'm
there's
sure.
He's losing his mind, bro. He's so schizophrenic and shit. Like, he's such a weirdo, Ethan.
So why do you think there's a
so
Jewish
this is a
man in
cosmic
the A
mistake.
tier
Let's move on.
on the tier list? If you think that it's like all about anti-Semitism and
Do you think that this is at least a bad coincidence?
No.
No, I don't.
Well,
I
that's
really don't.
fantastic.
No, I don't think it's a bad coincidence at all. I think you're trying
losing
to
your
find
mind.
with a fine-tooth comb like any
Of course.
incidents.
The
that
Jewish
even
man
come
is
across as
crazy.
remotely
He sees
anti-Semitic,
anti-Semitism
and you're having a really
everywhere.
hard time.
These
Well,
are
you want
just
my answer?
cosmic
You want my perspective?
mistakes.
I'm telling you. If you want my perspective, I'm giving it to you. I think genuinely, okay? I think genuinely, at a time when there is unprecedented levels
Yes,
of
I know. We can't
open,
talk about
out and
anything else. That's very
anti-Semitism,
convenient for you.
At a time when there's unprecedented
This motherfucker is so annoying. You got Donald Trump, the whole entire Republican Party doing Nazi shit. Elon Musk doing Nazi shit, literal Nazi shit. Steve Bannon doing literal Nazi shit. Sig Heils. You got far-right groups, militant groups out there harassing trans people for being queer. Fascist pieces of fucking shit like Nick Fuentes. The Proud Boys, groups like that. And you're worrying about Hasan? Hasan Piker, you fucking idiot. Get his dick out of your brain, dude. There are bigger issues. He's not anti-Semitic. He is not a fucking racist.
levels of out and about anti-Semitism with incredibly prominent, oftentimes right-wing conservative figureheads actively talking about Jews, okay, in deeply anti-Semitic fashion. You have lasered in on people that you can't even actually catch, quote unquote, dead to rights because they're not anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Well, they're not
And
wearing a
you
shirt
want
that says,
to
I
make
hate
them-
Jews, but they're
it's-
walking.
No, because they haven't done anything that can actually give you full evidence that they are anti-Semitic. They're making fun of Zionism, which is not... It does not mean Jews. It means a far-right ideology. That would be like if I criticize Christian nationalism. Are you going to be like, oh, Brian's socialist is talking about all white people. No, dude. You're a fucking liar, a Zionist piece of shit. It's racist.
Around
It seems
swastikas
to me
and
like
doing
you-
tier lists with Jews on the bottom. I mean, that's as
It
close as you
seems
could
to
pretty
me
much fucking
like
get without them
you-
just saying, I hate Jewish people.
Ethan, it seems to me like
and I think you're
want
acting
them
really silly and
to be
obtuse right now. The
anti-Semitic.
guy who's all about microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minorities and stuff, telling a Jewish man that he's hallucinating anti-Semitism and won't even
I'm doing
concede
that.
that this looks bad. Okay, fantastic.
No, you're hallucinating anti-Semitism in this circumstance.
Very good.
I'm not saying anti-Semitism is not a prominent fixture of American politics.
Very good.
I actually do think that anti-Semitism has exploded in
brave of you to say.
popularity
Very
in
brave.
American politics, especially.
Hasan has been saying that for so long. It's not the first time Hasan says that anti-Semitism is exploding. Look at the far right. Look at the right wing. They're crazy.
So that's not my point at all. I'm saying you individually right now wish that these people were anti-Semitic.
I
So you're
really
trying
don't.
to find anything you can hold on to.
It's really not a
But once
stretch,
again,
man.
none of those people are me. So I don't know why.
Let's stop with the
we
value
devolved
judgment
the
thing. Like you can't make a
conversation
decision. It
away
sounds
from-
stupid as hell, dude.
It's not stupid as hell. You're calling out Hasan for things that other people are doing that he's not involved in. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is supposed to be a debate about Hasan and you and Israel and Palestine, not Hasan Frogan, Matt Lieb, this dude, Fulanito allá, this other guy, my mom, my dad, my neighbor. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?
Wait,
Let me
I
ask-
sound stupid as hell? What?
No, when you go, I can't draw. I'm not them. I mean, it's.
I mean, I don't know what you're asking me. What their genuine?
You hear that weird ass moan?
Oh, I can't draw. I'm not them. I mean, it's.
I mean, I don't know what you're asking.
He just gave up. He just gave up like mid sentence because he knows he's lying so much.
Me what their genuine decision making.
Why would I want my
is, and
best
I don't
friend
know.
Idubbbz to
I
be
can't tell you
anti-Semitic?
what their
Why
process
would I
was.
want?
He's not your best friend no more, you fucking evil piece of shit. He's not your friend no more. I can tell you that.
I
My
don't
best
think
friend
it's an
Idubbbz to be
issue.
anti-Semitic. Why would I want that? You think I enjoy my friends and people around me
Can I
being
be honest?
anti-Semitic?
Do you want me to tell you why?
I would love.
I don't think you're
to
gonna
hear-
like the answer.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Go ahead.
Okay. You want everyone that has criticized you to be anti-Semitic so that it makes you feel better about your position. It's not your own personal positions that you have explained to people that come across like you're using anti-Semitism as a shield to deflect criticisms against Israel.
This is
and that if they
what
are
an
actually
analysis.
out and about anti-Semites, that'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable, like
Yes.
you won the argument in your mind, and that your community would also finally go, oh yeah, you're right, you're a permanent victim in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But because there's an unimaginable amount of anti-Semitism everywhere online, it comes across as shocking that you laser in on what you perceive are dog whistles when they're very clearly not even dog whistles at all. And I'll give you an example of this. Something that you did that I found very funny was you tweeted, or you don't tweet, sorry. You Instagram posted about my Theo Vaughn podcast appearance.
Sure did.
My Theo Vaughn podcast appearance where you were like, oh, I can't
we're
believe
never gonna get through this fucking stream.
Do you think it's
All right, your
appropriate to accuse? Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person?
the Theo Vaughn situation. And you said, so you said I'm anti-Semitic, right? Yesterday you said, or 2 days ago, in the aftermath of the Sam Cedar conversation, you said I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has changed in that process? Is it this conversation
Yes.
that you and I
Is
had?
that he's a fucking liar and he changes opinions on like whoever he's talking to. He's like a Joe Rogan. Like depending on whoever Joe Rogan's talking to, that's how his answers will come out. Like if Joe Rogan's talking to a right winger, he's gonna sound like a right winger. If Joe Rogan's talking to Bernie Sanders, he's gonna sound like a fucking progressive. That's how Ethan is. Ethan is a fucking snake.
had?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right.
Here's the clip, by the way. You accused me of not.
That it won't, is it?
You accused me of not mentioning that Theo Vaughn did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
Because
No, I
like,
said-
of what
I
you
didn't
just
say-
made
Bro,
the
you
clip. I
literally
said
look
in
like the
your
dude from
Instagram
Beetlejuice.
story-
That's crazy. The
on your
small head guy.
Ethan, I use my words very carefully. I said in the Instagram story that you
Small
posted. I don't
head
watch
guy,
your
Beetlejuice.
stream that much. I don't. I only
In the
see,
waiting
like,
room.
bits and pieces.
It's so stupid when Ethan tries to be funny by making fun of him. Like, bro, Ethan, you know how you look like? You look like a fucking crackhead, bro. That's like in remission and like needs like more crack, and your hair is all graying out. You look stressed out. You look like you're dying.
Love
Oh,
it.
that's crazy. Do you see the resemblance?
What?
You're this guy from Beetlejuice. In this photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
He does have the same coat. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Heck, it's
Yeah. That's. You are a comedian.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right. Anyway, so you accused me of misrepresenting what happened. Let's play the clip.
Right, $800 billion of Medicare and Medicaid that they want to cut. Mike Johnson goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, oh, there's a lot of fraud happening. there's not fraud happening in Medicare and Medicaid on the point of the recipient.
Right.
It's happening on the point of the providers.
Right.
And that's why I got banned recently on Twitch yesterday because
Sorry about
you
that
got
one
banned.
day.
So you just got back.
Yeah, Libs of TikTok was like posting about how I said something.
Wait, what is this?
And they misconstrued it as though it was a call to action to assassinate a sitting
why are you
US
showing me
senator.
this?
Well, you're saying I didn't bring this up, but or I'm saying that Theo didn't bring this up. He didn't. You brought it up, framed it in your own way to basically preempt a tough question.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan, I said on the Instagram story that you posted about me, Dan, can you switch it back to Ethan?
Don't switch it back, Dan. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm switching it back.
Okay.
1 second.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
I know, man.
This looks ridiculous on
It
my
sure does,
end.
buddy.
I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, this was
and it's not just because of the video.
The post as well, but the post I was referring to was make sure Theo knows how you feel about
It is because of the video.
hosting a terrorist adjacent content creator, and I believe there was another post about it or something. But again,
I said he was irresponsible to platform you and not ask you difficult questions.
yeah. So the question I have for you once again is like he had Candace Owens on. Like, do you feel like that's a little bit more damaging in terms of spreading potentially anti-Semitic narratives, or do you think that anti-Semitism is when you feel bad personally, and that could be any number of different?
That's what he thinks. He thinks anti-Semitism is when he feels bad and he feels hurt by what someone said.
Things that I've done in any given moment.
Yes, I think you were just as bad as her in your own special way, and that's why.
You think
and
I'm
you guys
just
were
as
hitting that
bad
same
as
flavor.
Candace Owens
Yes.
on anti-Semitism
Yes.
in my own special way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very
All right,
good.
Cool.
Very good. So let me ask you a question. Hasan, can I ask you a question?
Can you now officially not talk about like Frogan or anyone else and tell me why I'm anti-Semitic?
Well, we're
Because
kind of
yesterday,
getting
2
there.
days ago, you said I wasn't, but
I already-
also for a year.
You're repeating yourself.
Well, I am, because you haven't answered this question.
I have literally
2 days
answered
ago,
it
you said I
probably
wasn't
2 times.
anti-Semitic.
The reason
For
that
a
I'm saying you're
year-
anti-Semitic is
for a
because how you
year-
responded to my question at the beginning of this interview.
Ethan, for an entire year, you called me a virulent anti-Semite, a rabid anti-Semite.
Never did.
You did.
You
did.
did
You went
not.
back and
I
forth
have
on it.
actually
Even
went back
Dan
and
checked
checked
you on it.
I had.
If fucking Hasan sued your ass, Ethan Klein, and made you go through discovery, you would be proven so fucking wrong. So shut the fuck up, Ethan. Because you would be so... Oh my God, I'm glad you're being sued by fucking Denims, dude. I'm so fucking glad. And you know what? I'm going to donate. I'm going to donate whenever I have the fucking money. I'm going to donate to her. So eat my dick, Ethan.
Said that you spread anti-Semitism and stuff, but I never called you an anti-Semitic. I went back and checked.
So
You're
I'm
lying.
just simply spreading anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, can I ask you a
Tier
question?
list, is about Habibi, not Saber. You're conceding to the framing. Yeah, we're not conceding to anything. I don't want to even talk about the tier list anymore. Stop it. Okay.
Okay, let me ask. My turn. Do you think it's appropriate to accuse? Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person you disagree with of working with the ADL?
No.
Here, for example, is someone using it anti-Semitically.
You're saying that Ethan Klein and ADL in unison.
Hassan, let me finish. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy.
Yes, I do. I do think that that's
You're getting ahead of
valid
yourself,
thing
man.
that's a valid thing to not only speculate, but also I
Hold the
stand on that
phone.
for sure.
Ethan Klein literally took credit for the ADL bans.
Hassan, I'm getting there. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. Here's an example of it being used in an anti-Semitic way. I'm sure you'll agree.
Well,
Timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're
Who
the
is this?
ADL.
What is this?
Shut the fuck up.
This is your fan who ran up on me on Rodeo.
Who the fuck is this guy? My fan?
Yeah.
How do you know that's his fan?
You remember.
How
Wait,
do you
is
know
this
that's his
the-
fan?
Is this
wait,
the guy?
yeah, you remember.
Wait. No, this is the guy that you claimed was my fan, right? He was calling me the fucking
I mean, there's a clip
S-slur
of being
on
like,
the time. He's
yo,
not
I
a
love
fan.
this dude. Anyway, who cares if he's your fan or not?
No,
the point is,
No,
it doesn't.
hold on.
If he's a
No.
fan,
You
you
brought-
fucking liar. You can't just say someone's a fan of. Imagine if someone was like, hey, socialist, this fan of yours called me the N-word. I'm like, what fucking fan? What? Bitch, I don't know that motherfucker. You can't just make up a fan and then claim someone did something and their fan did. Like, what the fuck? Ethan is such a petty bitch, making up drama about a fan that it's not really his fan, saying stuff like, bro, you're so petty, dude. I wish Sam Cedar would have fucking cooked your ass even more, like finally roasted you in that debate. I wish Sam Cedar would have just called you. I wish Sam Cedar would have called you a fucking Zionist to your face, my brother. I'm sorry. My brother in Christ.
It doesn't matter. I'm showing him as an example of you.
It does matter. It
Okay,
does
fine.
matter.
He's
You
not a
brought him
fan.
up.
I don't care.
You
Listen,
brought him up. Wait, what do you mean you don't care?
If I brought
Now
him
you don't
up,
care.
Hassan, if I brought him up, let me finish my
That person
point.
is not a fan of mine.
Save
why
it.
did you make it seem like that
Hassan,
person was a fan of mine then?
Let me get to there, okay?
He's
You asked me.
lying. No,
It's my
get
turn
there
to
now.
ask a question. Just because
Why
I
do you
brought
think
him
this
up
random
doesn't give
fucking
you the
guy is a
space to
fan of mine,
interject.
Ethan? Is it because he rolled up to me
Let
and
me
tried
finish.
to fucking clout farm? Is that why?
Yes.
At
Okay,
the
thank you very
encampment where I was
much.
very clearly disturbed by his presence.
Hassan,
Is
I
that
think
why?
you know where I'm going, and I think you're scared.
Nobody's scared of you, you fucking Tourette's riddled piece of garbage.
Yep.
Ethan,
Let me.
can you answer the question?
let me-
Why did you falsely claim that this fucking
Because he's
random
on
dude
video
who
saying
does
he
not
loves
like
you, that
me
you're his favorite
is a
person in the
fan
world?
of
What do you
mine?
mean?
Didn't you use? Didn't wait?
All right, Hasan.
Didn't
Here you go,
use
buddy.
him approaching
Here we
you?
go. You wanted it. I've got it.
Approaching you.
Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so
I
sorry, bro.
love you.
bro.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro.
You're like my girl, bro.
You're the goat.
You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
Wow, how crazy.
Look gay now.
I'm fucking. Is this another hysterical delusion?
Yes, it is, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Because
Wow,
we spent a
dude,
good
I love
deal
you.
of
You're the goat,
encampment.
bro.
We spent a good deal of our time in the encampment. If you watch the unedited full live stream, we spent a good deal of the
seen it.
entirety of the encampment running away from him because he kept
listen.
trying to ask me dumbass fucking questions.
Okay, but that's
for
got
his
nothing to do with
own
he's a fan.
Dumbass,
Listen,
for his own
Hasan,
dumbass
please.
podcast.
You're derailing this, and I need to.
I'm
make
not derailing it.
You
It's not called
absolutely
derailing.
are.
Not derailing. He's adding context because you keep fucking lying, Ethan.
When I'm telling you I was there and I'm telling you
Okay,
the situation,
very good.
You are nefariously making it seem as though this person is a massive
Do I
fan
need
of
to
mine.
play the
He
clip
was just
again?
trying to cloud chase.
I'll play it again. You know. I'm fuck.
You can play that clip again.
I'll play the clip from Reddit again. I'll play the Reddit clip again.
Oh my God,
Bro,
bro,
I'd
I love you.
subtitles.
Hasan, can I give you a hug,
Can you
bro?
play
so
the,
sweaty,
can you
bro.
play
I
the
love
clip
you,
where
bro.
he
I'm so sorry.
openly admits he doesn't know who I am and asks
You're like
people
my-
around?
you're my hero.
Because that also
You're my hero, bro. I love
You're
you.
the coolest guy in the
You're
world.
the coolest guy in the world.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one.
I think I look gay in that one.
3, 2,
Ethan,
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
You okay?
If you think he was a fan of mine, why'd you call him a Sneeko fan when you interviewed him?
Oh,
Because he's both. I mean, surely there's
Oh wow, yeah. Hasan definitely has a lot of Sneeko fans. Hasan shits on Sneeko all the time. What are you talking about? What's going on out there?
There's a crossover.
Do I need to play the video again?
Okay,
I'll
well,
do
my-
it again.
my-
Fuck it.
my-
Dude, he did this shit with Sam Cedar. Like, when Sam Cedar kept cooking him.
Right.
When Sam Cedar kept cooking him, and he kept showing a stupid video about Hasan saying that Zionists shouldn't be like a dog walker or whatever. He
Okay,
drill on,
okay, good. Then you're a
you know,
neo-Nazi,
my
not fit to
confirmation. Did he? Was it hyper?
the destruction.
And I'll tell you what I think is really.
Sorry,
no,
I got to correct you. He says Zionism, and then he says if you had positive feelings about the state of Israel at any point personally, but
it was really electoral malfeasance on her part. Oh, at the point.
about kind of my criticisms
see this.
of Hasan and
Yeah,
how
I
this.
don't.
I'm sorry. This is
I'm
more.
not. I don't. I honestly.
care.
like,
Yeah, you don't care. I know.
I don't care. I don't.
And, that,
I
why should you? I don't blame you. We talked about anti-Semitism, and you think that I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You're putting
right?
words in his mouth.
But you seem to have conveyed that, compared to the destruction and everything happening, the genocide, the loss of life in Gaza, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, that obviously that's way more important. So let me show you an example of something.
No, dude. Anti-Semitism is important, but you keep conflating. You keep conflating Zionism on this side, which is a whole different thing. It's a right-wing ideology. You keep conflating Zionism with anti-Semitism. So whenever the left-wingers and progressives and Democrats are like, Israel, stop doing this. It's war crimes. It's bad. It's Zionist. You keep saying, oh, they're criticizing Jews. They're criticizing Jews, bro. Why are you criticizing Jews? It's bullshit.
Thing, and again, I know you don't care about the drama. To me, this isn't drama. This is one of the biggest, most influential streamers spreading something that I think is really dangerous. And you can agree or disagree, but it's a short clip, but I'll show it to you, and you tell me what you think.
Here we go.
This will never happen, but in a totally just world, any kind of, regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi.
True.
And you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher as Felix was posting if they've ever exhibited any sort of like positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
Now,
he said Zionist who has supported Israel, who has shown any good feeling for Israel. That's totally fine.
by the way, he didn't misspeak. He doubled down on it yesterday. He said, no, I agree. That's what I think. Now, just to recap, he says, anyone that's had positive feelings at any point about the state of Israel is a neo-Nazi that's not fit to be a dog
He
walker.
said Zionist, Ethan. See how he fucking
Fucker.
lies?
Now,
dude?
to me, that seems like extremely dangerous, dehumanizing language about what could arguably be 70% of the Jewish diaspora, and certainly probably people you know in your family.
Nope. That's not what he said.
I'll tell you,
what he
there's
said.
some hyperbole there, but
That's putting it mildly.
I mean, he says Zionism, and I'll
Yup.
tell you
No,
what I think.
no,
is really-
sorry,
no,
I gotta.
He said Zionism, Ethan, you fucking brain rotted piece of shit. Your brain got fucked.
Correct you. He says Zionism, and then he says if you had positive feelings about the state of Israel at any point in your life.
I got to tell you,
Which Zionists tend to have good feelings of Israel. Zionists do that.
if you like, if you look at what's happening right now, and you have positive.
Here comes Ethan to be like, want me to play the clip again? Want me to play the clip again? I'll play the clip again. That's not what he says.
Feelings about Israel.
Watch.
He said at any point in your life, Sam. Just to be clear, about what he said.
Would I have said at any point in his life, someone's life? But I just think this is such a petty.
Yup.
Like the idea that we're going to
Petty
police.
as
Hold on,
shit.
let me respond.
ahead.
You want
Yeah,
me to
yeah, go
respond
ahead.
this?
No,
I
you go
don't.
ahead.
Like I say, I don't care about this. But if you're going to force me to respond to it, what Israel is doing right now is so far beyond the idea that someone says any time in your life or not or whatnot. He's talking about Zionism,
yeah.
and frankly, I think it's very difficult for me to understand how someone could have positive feelings at this time. Now, you want
That's
to
not what
say
he
in the
said.
past and what? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I say, I will grant you at any time in your life that is too broad a step. But wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
But see, you go in and you're making this about anti-Semitism by doing this hopscotch about a poll that people had positive feelings that Jewish people do, and then therefore he is anti-Semitic. And honestly, that type of conflation,
Dangerous.
I think, is so dangerous and so disingenuous. I mean, I don't want to get too passionate about this, but I will tell you something. I have had a guy who went to my bar mitzvah, my sister's bar mitzvah, my kid's bar mitzvah, sat at Passover with me 3 or 4 times,
Damn.
call my father and ask him if I'm anti-Semitic. Now, this is just one, that is just an example, an illustration of conflating when he's clearly talking about Zionism.
Conflating.
Was it hyperbole to say any time in life, whatever? The fact of the matter is this conflation is dangerous for Jews. It is a fig leaf and a way of weaponizing anti-Semitism that has enabled Donald Trump to do the shit he's doing, that has enabled the slaughter of thousands upon thousands of children and women and men, for that matter. It is not keeping Israelis safe. And this type of conflation, Ethan, is what I find far more irresponsible, frankly, than the idea that he said positive any time. I mean, look, you do a show
Sam,
4 hours a day. He does a show 5 or, as far as I could tell, 15 hours a day. And to focus in on that one tiny clause.
This is
of
not
that
one
sentence.
tiny clip, Sam.
Well,
you don't
but
know.
wait a
This is a
second.
totality of behavior.
But you wanted
and by
to
the
bring
way,
this
it's
up.
easy,
I don't
and I
care
appreciate
about
that
Show
you
the evidence of his behavior, you dumb fuck. You're not gonna find any anti-Semitism in Hasan.
can hand wave it away and say that it doesn't.
No, I'm not hand waving it away.
Well, you kind of are.
I'm saying this
You're saying it
conflation.
doesn't. You're saying
this
actually
conflation-
I'm wrong
saying-
for caring
I'm
about
saying-
it.
No, yes. In fact, I'm saying this
Yeah.
conflation is incredibly dangerous. It is disingenuous.
I think it's dangerous
right now,
to
there is,
ignore what's being described as dehumanizing violent language for American Jews that have nothing to do with the war.
That is a
Bro,
complete.
you're a fucking American Jew. You were born in America, you dumb fuck. You're not even Israeli. Your wife is Israeli. You're not.
mischaracterization of
It's
that.
not.
He's
He's not fit to be a dog walker.
He never says the word
He
Jews.
says a neo.
Listen,
Yeah,
how
bitch.
many?
That's what Zionists are. They are basically neo-Nazis. He got you. He got you. You basically said it yourself. You tripped over your own words. He's talking about neo-Nazis.
Complete
Yeah, he is talking about
mischaracterization.
neo-Nazis. Zionists are neo-Nazis, basically. Zionists, Christian nationalists, Christian Zionist, Israeli Zionist, all of you are racist motherfuckers. Basically neo-Nazis.
It's not.
He's
He's not fit to be a dog walker.
He never says the word Jews.
He says a neo.
Yeah.
Listen, how many members of Kufi have positive feelings
Well,
towards Israel?
let me see.
Wait. How many millions of members of Kufi, the Christian organization, have positive feelings for Jews? It is clearly not a function of their Judaism.
Yep.
It is not a function of their Judaism, and so it is not
describes
specifically
most Jews.
No.
Yes, it does, Sam.
It describes most Christian evangelicals.
There's more Christians evangelicals than there are Jews in the world. There are more Christians than there are Jews in the whole fucking planet. So when you criticize Zionism, there's more Zionist Christians than there are Jewish Christians. So you're criticizing Jews, not.
It may do them too, but it also describes 73%
so
of
that
Jews.
is not anti-Semitism. That is about
I don't know. What do
belief.
you call it when somebody's discriminating against the vast majority of a racial or religious group, Sam?
I'm sorry. You want to look at evangelical Jews?
I don't care about evangelical people.
Okay, but I'm talking about the way you're constructing this.
I think
so you can say the same thing about Christian evangelicals too. It is not anti-Semitism. It is not. It just isn't.
Like, taking one example in isolation, which is what we've done here.
Well, you're the one who gave it to me.
Yeah, well,
I don't even want to talk about
fundamentally,
it,
I disagree
but I'm
with you.
using your example, and in that instance, that is not anti-Semitism.
Well, I
And this
disagree.
Conflation. Okay, well, that's our disagreement.
Yeah.
But I think that conflation is incredibly dangerous.
Well, I disagree as well
It's
on
dangerous
that.
for Jews.
I think
it's dangerous for this
You're a fucking idiot, Ethan Klein. No one cares about what you think, obviously.
society.
I think, frankly, I think
You're an idiot. You lost this debate. Get fucked. Get fucked. You loser.
My producer and my camera op, March. My producer and my camera op, March,
I'm
so sweaty, bro. There.
I'm so sweaty.
And he's in the chat right now.
You're like my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy.
Ethan.
Hold on, I think I look.
Listen, he might not be a fan, but you can't accuse me of being delusional for saying that.
You are delusional.
Okay, very good. I'm delusional. Let me get to my point, please.
I mean,
so I'm not even asking you to endorse this guy. I'm just simply showing you.
I don't endorse him.
I know you
and
don't.
He's not a fan of mine. So why did you claim that he was a fan of mine? Because he
I'll
fucking
play it
clout
again.
chased.
I mean, I feel like we're running.
He's fucking lying about everything, dude. He's finding any little thing he can lie about.
He was
circles.
clout
I'll play
chasing
the
at a
clip
fucking
again.
Palestinian encampment? That's why? That's all it takes for you?
No, it was when he said, "You're the GOAT. You're my hero. I love you."
He didn't know who I was. He was just saying that so he could fucking ask for
He
an
literally
interview for his
recognized
podcast,
you.
for his PUA podcast.
Okay, who cares? I don't care. So let me
Well,
move
now
on.
you don't
Do you
care.
want to talk about this
It
for
seems
2
like
hours, or do you want to actually have a
it seems like
conversation?
this is wait, well, hold on. You can't just say you don't care all of a sudden when you look like a fucking asshole for falsely claiming that some random person who stalked you is a fan of mine. You said he was a fan of mine in, I believe, in,
Okay, I
in one of your
lied.
videos.
I lied
You
about
said
him
he was a
being a
fan.
fan.
Yeah, you lied.
And
I
was
know.
sending harassment your way.
concede.
You keep lying about everything else, you fucking liar. You lie about everything, Ethan. You're a fucking liar. That's all you do is lie. It's insane, bro.
Random
I'll play it
person who
again.
stalked you is a fan of mine. You said he was a fan of mine in, I believe, in,
Okay, I
in one
lied.
of your videos.
I lied
You
about
said he
him
was
being a
of
fan.
mine, and I was sending harassment
I
your
concede.
way.
Yes, very
Don't
good.
you think that's a big point of contention? Don't you feel like
I
this is a big point of
concede.
contention?
I concede. I want to show you an example of.
Do you see my side of this though?
I think
because like
no,
a
you're being
random
dishonest.
a random Sneeko fan comes up to me,
A random Hasan
wants the
fan
clout
comes
chase,
up to you.
and you wants the clout chase, and you turn around and you say that he is a fan of mine to prove a point, to make a false point that to imply that I'm sending people to harass you.
That's
Do you
not what I
feel like
implied.
that's appropriate?
That's a total lie. I have never accused you of anything of the sort. That is an outright horrific.
You did not imply that this person that was a
lie.
fan of mine
Yes,
was
I did.
actually harassing you.
Yes. Now that's a big logical leap.
Oh, you just admitted to that. Bro, I wish Hasan would sue the shit out of Ethan, bro. I would, if I had Hasan's money, bro. Oh, Ethan, you would have been drained the fuck out of your money. You would have had to sell Teddy Fresh, bro.
Hasan from he's a fan of yours to you're sending people to harass me. That's fucking insane. And by the way, I mean you are a liar. You know that, right?
Did he not harass you?
Bro, what are you talking about? Did you
he not
send
harass
him?
you?
Did you send him to harass me?
I
No.
hope Denims wipes you clean, Ethan. I hope Denims. Oh boy, dude. I hope she fucking cleans your plate, bro.
Oh.
Just like Ryan Kavanaugh did.
He harassed you, and then
Yes.
you imply in your
Okay, who
video
cares,
that he was
bro?
a fan of mine.
Go ahead. When you're done,
leading the
go.
audience to
I'll wait.
Leading the audience to believe. Here, we have a clip, by the way, Dan. If you want to play this supposed fan of mine, since you guys are playing clips over there.
By the way, this was a while ago. He turned on you when he saw that you support trans rights. I know. He spoke ill of you.
No. Even before he actually
who cares?
meets
I'm
me.
not even mad. I don't care about this guy.
Style and substance in the GMC Sierra.
No, Well, seemingly you care enough about it that you brought him up here and you used him.
You didn't
in
even
the
let me
past.
explain why I'm showing it.
You used him in the past to act like I was sending
Bro,
hate
you're
your way.
terrified because you know where this is going.
No one's scared of you, dude.
I have no idea where this is going. This has been a journey.
Well, how about you let me fucking speak, and then we can figure out. We can take the journey together.
Can you play this clip though?
So this clip is just an example. Not that you're endorsing him. Not that he's a fan.
Can you play? Dan, I send you a clip.
I passed it along. It's out of my hands.
It's the
I'll play
first
it.
introduction of this
Yeah,
character onto the stream where he's like, "Who's this guy?"
I'll play it. Yeah.
Pothead or Potman. Is that it?
Hey, I could be on. Are you guys doing interviews? I'm Palestinian. I know I look Jewish.
He doesn't.
Oh, no, we're just streaming.
Israeli. I look like Israeli.
We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing?
You're not there.
We're just streaming. It's live stream.
Oh, live stream?
Yeah.
Dude.
You're not even in this clip, bro. What are you talking about? You're not even present. You're out.
What?
You're out playing with swastika swords or something. You're not even in this clip.
Dude, why? Chat. I think he's showing it on his side. You're not seeing the clip. Yes. Yeah. He's
it's really
showing the clip.
okay.
That is the first introduction of this character onto the broadcast, and he doesn't know who the fuck I am. He just sees cameras and goes, "Oh, I would like to do interviews with this person who is famous." It seems that was the whole point. The reason why I showed you that is because he was never a fucking fan, and then when he saw the full extent of my viewpoints, he started calling me the F slur. He's a Sneeko fan.
Hasan, in that clip, he doesn't see you. You're not there.
He's probably behind the camera, you fucking idiot.
Ethan, he is a clout chaser. And
Fine,
not a
bro.
fan.
I don't care. Who cares? Let me ask you a question.
I do care because
okay, very good.
I do care because you have made an inference.
Oh my
that is
God,
erroneous.
dude. You are dragging your
made an
feet on this
inference that
topic,
is-
bro. It's getting ridiculous. Can we
You've made
please
an
move on?
inference that is ridiculous.
This clip you sent
and
didn't prove
also
me wrong
false.
at all.
Yes, it did.
You're not there. And you were never there, Hasan. Okay, let's continue, please.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is an example of someone who I think is anti-Semitic. You probably agree with me on that, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a fan of
Yeah,
yours.
I think I think that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen, any number of different things I've seen from that dude, I think he's like a right-wing dating coach or something.
Yeah, he is. Dating Money 101, baby. Just like and
Yeah.
sub. All right, so here he is using the ADL. He accuses me of being in the ADL, and I'll play it. Operation?
Okay.
I don't know, but I heard you survived it, and I heard you survived the Holocaust.
That timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're in the ADL, bro.
The ADL? No, I'm not. All right, so he says, I heard you're in the ODL, bro, which, like, obviously is, I perceive that as anti-Semitic.
I don't think you're in the ADL, Ethan, if that's what you're going to say.
Well, you said, and I'll quote a tweet that you made. Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You said, I'll quote, he worked with the ADL to make Zionists a protected class on Twitch.
Just because you work with the ADL doesn't mean you're in the ADL.
Now, that is an outright lie.
I don't think it's an outright lie.
I worked with the
you took
ADL.
credit over it, didn't you?
Sorry. I worked with the ADL. What does that mean?
Yeah, as in like worked alongside. I don't think you're in the ADL.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said I worked with the ADL. I worked beside them, just incidentally together. You didn't mean that I worked with them privately to get people banned. Of course not.
No, I do think that.
Didn't you say you choose your words very carefully?
Alongside the ADL.
You just told me briefly ago. You choose your words very carefully, Hasan.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, Ethan.
Not always. I'm famously.
Okay, we're walking that back. Sometimes I speak out the side of my mouth when I say you work with the ADL.
So.
Here you are again repeating the lie with Steiny on video. Go ahead. You had time
constantly come after me when he knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am and like partnering with like the ADL and
partnering with the ADL. You want to unpack that one there, buddy?
Yeah. Again, partnering with the ADL. That is precisely what took place. I have
never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
I'm not saying you directed the ADL
Do you know
to take
how
action.
silly you
Well, actually, you know what? I am kind of saying that. I am implying that you directed the ADL to take action.
Well, that's a defamatory claim that has zero proof. And frankly, it sounds like a little Jewish conspiratorial.
If I thought that you worked for the ADL, I wouldn't have said you worked with the ADL. I would have said you worked for the ADL. Now, what's interesting to me, of course, about this is that
I do not work with the ADL
for these bans.
Hasan, I do not work with the ADL.
You took credit.
You were a part of the mass smear campaign.
That is not working with the ADL. Would you say that
falsely
I got nothing to do with the ADL? Blame Frogan for doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became a viral story independent of me.
Panel, Ethan, just like cracker is not an anti-white term, except public pressure clearly works on Twitch, and they make erroneous bans when they don't want people coming after them.
Here's Frogan repeating the same lie that you heard from you.
Pressure on numerous instances.
This is what you heard from you.
Everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke.
So she said I weaponized the ADL. You said I partnered with the ADL. You said I worked with the ADL, but you didn't mean that I spoke to them. You just meant that we were magically skipping along and happened to just, without even seeing each other, just working together in perfect harmony and love. And by the way, I'm pretty sure you're implying that I worked directly with them on this.
No, I don't. I don't
Okay,
think
well,
you worked
you double
directly
down
with
on
them.
it. You said that you do believe that, and I just want to let you know that that is a
No, I don't think you directly work with them. I think your goals are aligned on this. Yes, and
but then for Mr. Precise words, say that. Don't say you're partnered with the ADL. Do you understand? You said partnered with the ADL. Me, a Jewish man, you accused without any evidence at all of being partnered with the ADL.
Ethan,
You're now
you
trying to
admitted
rewrite history and say I
admitted
said
that
you were
got the
working
streamers banned.
besides
You
them.
took
You
ownership
are a
over it.
liar.
What are you talking
You
about?
are a virulent fucking liar.
You took
Ethan,
ownership.
did you or did you not take ownership over the bans?
I think, yeah, I might have.
Ah, you got cooked. You fucking dumb fuck. You idiot.
Does that mean that I'm working with the ADL?
Ethan?
Hey, Hasan, can I ask you a question? Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Party of America? Because they're also anti-Zionist.
Ethan is so stupid. He cooks himself, and then he doesn't. You know, he's like Trump. He keeps moving forward. He plows through the cringe. He plows through the cringe.
No, seriously. Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Group of America, who's also anti-Zionist?
Ethan,
do you
have
work with
I
them?
ever taken
Are you
credit?
affiliated with them? Are you
Have I ever
partnered?
taken
Are you
credit
partnered
for
with
an
neo-Nazis?
anti-Semitic
Or
incident to the
do you guys
neo-Nazi?
happen to have the same goal
Wait, no,
and
I
are
have a question for
completely?
you. Here's a parallel for you. Have I taken credit for
Jesus, man.
a neo-Nazi anti-Semitic incident that took place? Because if the answer is yes, if
Swastika
neo-Nazis
sword, baby.
actually engaged in an action, neo-Nazis actually, not like your fucking hallucinations, something that we all agree, like neo-Nazis did an anti-Semitic incident, and I took credit for it, and I said, this is awesome. I'm glad that it happened. I made numerous videos so that they would do this. Yes,
I was
you
on
would
the
be
tier list,
valid
bro.
in saying that.
It was literally
comparison,
targeting me. I was on the tier list. Why
Especially
wouldn't I respond?
considering, Ethan.
I don't have to be a
Ethan.
member of ADL to respond to someone harassing me. Are you
Listen
fucking
to my words,
dumb?
please. Listen to my words.
I'm trying, but it's just fucking lies and filth and like empty air.
From your perspective, my association as a 10-year fighter of anti-Semitism, my association from your perspective with anti-Semitism is like something that is so laughable that I don't even know how to describe. Like you're like, oh, it's a swastika sword, but then you admit that it's not a swastika sword. That's how loose this association is. But on the other hand, I can't say that you have worked alongside
That's not what you
ADL
said.
in getting
You said I'm
streamers
partnered
banned.
with.
That's
Partnered with.
anti-Semitic.
You are
took
lying.
credit
You are
for it, my
rewriting.
man.
You are not taking accountability. You said I'm partnered with the ADL.
Ethan, I can't take accountability for your hallucinations.
Hassan, do you think that the normal, reasonable person watching that will infer that we were just coincidentally working the same, or that I was working directly with them?
My man is sparring with ghosts. Jesus Christ.
What do you think?
What
a
do you
reasonable
think the
person
average
would
person
infer
would
when you
conclude
take
from
credit
saying
for the
I'm
bans?
partnered with the ADL?
What do you think a normal, reasonable person would infer when they hear you?
Bro, you are
Ethan
literally
Klein,
gaslighting me.
make
It's
numerous
so
videos
obvious what you
demanding
meant.
the bans of Twitch streamers.
You took credit for the bans, you dumb fuck. And if the bans were done by the ADL, that means you took credit for working with the ADL.
And then after they are banned, you say, I'm glad that they got banned. I take credit for it. What would a normal, reasonable person
I was
infer
on the
from
tier
that?
list, dude. I was responding to them. It wasn't like I'm fucking like. It wasn't like I went out of my way to get them banned. I responded to them. I was on the tier list. There's been 3 instances, I think, of, in my opinion, very credible accusations of anti-Semitism. You've accused me of hallucinating all 3 now, which is very convenient.
No,
and also,
because they're not credible. We are not in agreement. These are not credible allegations of anti-Semitism. These are hysterical hallucinations of a person who desperately wants all of his critics to be anti-Semites so he can
I'm
feel
so
comfortable
glad this is on record.
in the unique position that he has created for himself.
I'm so glad this is on record. So you think?
Yeah, I'm glad you. Yes.
So you think that you think a reasonable person would hear you say he's partnered with the ADL and not think that I was working directly with them?
I think a reasonable person will hear your own words and think that you probably worked directly inside of the ADL.
Have I ever mentioned the
didn't even
ADL?
make that inference.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
You took credit.
Did I
for
ever mention the
ban.
ADL, Hasan? Answer the question.
It doesn't matter. You took credit for the ban that the ADL pressured.
Do I ever mention the ADL in my entire fucking career?
Doesn't matter. You took credit. You took credit for the
Actually, I mentioned them once, but I didn't even know what they were. Frankly, if you have the thing, it was even. Did I ever?
Yeah, it's a clip where you are saying,
Okay.
I did that shit. I'll fucking take credit for it. You know who did that shit? The ADL did. You are taking credit for something that the ADL did. I'm not
Get
even
fucked.
making that inference.
Well, they
You're saying,
attacked me.
Which one do you think? What do you think the average
you
person
sound
would think
so
in this
silly, bro.
situation when you are saying that you did that shit? And it's the ADL's pressure that caused these people to be banned for such
Bro,
a
I was being
ridiculous,
silly. I don't care.
stupid,
Listen,
not anti-Semitic thing
listen.
at all.
I was being silly. They attacked me. I responded. Do I know? Do
Oh,
I know
you're
who?
being silly.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, All right, I guess we can move
do
on.
I
then.
think
Now
I
you're
got
being
them banned?
silly.
I don't know. Who knows? You know, I think that
you got a Jewish content creator alongside multiple Arab content creators banned off the platform for 30 days.
There's a
because
reason
you
they
cried
call them
about it, and then
token, my
the ADL
friend.
actually reacted.
You spend time
because
being
they
a
saw it as
token, you're
great
going to get
opportunity.
spent.
But it was just silly. You know, fuck them.
You want to cash in on your
Silly.
Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Would you like to cash in on your Jewish friends more, or can we move on?
Cash in on my Jewish friends.
That's right.
That is so fucking gross.
You know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionist?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to review. I don't want to. They're normies. I don't want to dox them.
You're lying. You're
No, I'm
surrounded.
not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
lying.
You're absolutely lying.
Dude, he doesn't want to dox them. He knows how crazy your community is. Your community will go after anybody. Find their address, find their family, find their name, their job.
Dog, I live in West Hollywood. Do you think I'm not around Zionist Jews? What are you talking about?
Do you pass Jews on the street? Yes. Are you friends with?
No, I'm friends. Yes.
Okay.
I
Very good.
am.
I don't believe
and
you.
They've treated me with much more dignity than you have, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, because they're not on the
Surprisingly
receiving
enough.
end of
We
an
can have a more normal
insane fucking
conversation.
harassment
I can have a more normal
campaign. Why would
conversation
they- why
with
wouldn't
them
they?
than you, seemingly.
All right. So you think that
They would most likely
just to
laugh
recap
at all of this.
Just to
if they're
recap
watching.
here, so we can move on. I mean, did the random Zionist Jews that are treated you so kindly, did they have CPS show up to their house or skulls sent to their house?
Ethan, I didn't do that.
Ethan.
I didn't say you did that.
I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I know you did, but you're acting
to do with me.
Part
I'm
of
not
your
in
shtick,
support of
Hasan,
that.
is acting obtuse when you're caught in the corner.
Okay. All right. You've dominated the conversation so far. I think we should get back to some stuff that
I agree. Let's just summarize.
No. Look, can we just get back to this
quick.
Hasan,
It's
please?
very
Because
quick.
like you
I
see
just
the
want to put a cap
genocide.
on this. Just a cap.
And making these
You're doing the
inferences
thing that I'm
am,
so
and, like,
critical of you on.
partnering
okay?
with like the ADL. And
You said so. Just to put a cap on this, and we'll move on. You said I am quote partnered with the ADL, which you now claim was just a was. You didn't mean that I was working with them. You mean that we had the same goal. Okay, very good.
In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful ally, our ruling fist is clenched. We'll trample over the weak. Our kingdom will never crumble. From the blood